Hey, let's talk about another one of your high-profile matches. We talked about it a little bit in the back, but let's not so much talk about the match. But Randy Savage, I was watching a lot of stuff about him, recently because he's one of my favorite guys to watch work.
Sure.
And I loved his promos. I loved watching old stuff back, when he was in Memphis. And
it was unbelievable.
Yeah,
him and Lanny together.
Yeah.
But Randy would just stand out like you knew that guy was going to be unbelievable. Man.
Right. So, I had a squad, and I had a match with him. You remember we used to go to Orlando, and we'd crank out a couple of months of television. Yep. And, I think Randy beat me in like 3 or 4 minutes. I was stunning Steve. Wasn't shit. Was what it was. Happy to do the favors.
Sure.
But I don't really remember the match. Don't remember working with Randy. Don't remember shit.
Right.
So how was that guy to work with, just as far as, delivery, execution, being there, timing?
To me, I always say this thing. I say, when I first did stuff with him, in the ring and, just the way he moved, no TV cameras on now.
Right.
He was light and smooth and just like dancing with Fred Astaire. But when that red light came on, boom, I seen a big red flash, man, like boom, blue flash. And I was like, what the fuck? He took it up 5 notches, and that's how he made it. And his shit, as you know, was so intense. He asked to work with me because I couldn't say, I'd like to work with Randy Savage.
Yeah, you ain't going to make that call.
That wasn't going to happen. Here's one of the greatest moments ever for me, though. We've got the angle. It's hot as fuck. We're heading to Spring Stampede. That was the pay. That was the first match. That's where I won my world title 2 years later. That was the great pay-per-view for me. And we're in Florence, South Carolina. I think you remember the building. Might hold it was a hockey arena, hold like 8,000 people.
Right.
They're hanging from the rafters. We're hot as fuck right now. We have not gone completely to bigger buildings. We were getting there. It's early '97, and putting on our boots in the back. Me and Randy in the same room. Arn Anderson walks in. He said, "Well, Randy." He goes, "What do you want to do tonight?" Because he controlled his outcome like Hulk did. Right. No one told him what he did. He booked the match. And he said, tying up his boots, he goes, "Will, I think I want to take the diamond cutter." And fucking Arn almost fell over because Arn had told me a year earlier, you're never going to be a top guy.
Right.
Because Savage, Flair, Hogan, Stinger, Luger, they'll never put you over.
Right.
And this is a heated thing that me and
I get you.
It's all been laxative. I love Arn.
Yeah.
But he told me that. So he looks at me. He ain't apologized to me yet because we're not there yet, right? And he says, "Well, Diamond, I hope you understand this honor." And I said, "Yeah, Arn, I do." So we go out there, we have the match. Like it's the people we don't have to do anything. It's
lock
hot.
up and it's a pop. Tackle's a pop.
Crazy. So we get to the end. He gets some good heat on me. And now it's time to go home. So I start going home. Boom, bang, boom, boom. He shuts me off. He says, "Diamond cutter." Goes for the slam. Bang! Brilliant. I'm laying there. The roof is blown off. I'm on my stomach. He's on his back. And I do the crawl. I just lay my arm across him. 1, 2, 3. The roof explodes again. And then, Steve, it was like, do you remember Get Smart?
Yeah.
Remember we had the cone of silence?
Yeah.
It was like as loud as that place was, it was like the cone of silence came over me and him.
Right.
And I could hear him say, "Well, I guess we know what we're doing for Spring Stampede."